Khalyla. Okay, I'm so sorry. I have to flex on you right now in such a severe way. Okay, so last night was my show at the Comedy Store, and this, we'll call her like an adult actress.
Oh.
Very adorable. Like, I found her and followed her, and then like, you know, maybe earlier this year she followed me back, whatever. She was sitting front row at my show. She was so cute. She was like kind of involved. And afterwards, she sent me a text that said, and I don't want to assume, right? I don't want to assume things, but because we had just been talking about this, she goes, "Hey, I would love to get dinner with you and Dave sometime." And I was like, oh my.
She has a pregnancy.
Fuming. I'm fuming.
I was like, I can't believe this.
All good.
George. You guys know George?
Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and manage your money the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/Trash Tuesday. That's rocketmoney.com/Trash Tuesday. rocketmoney.com/Trash Tuesday. Slugs, it's the end of the year and I am so excited. The last dates of my tour are coming up right around the corner. January 7th, I'll see you in San Jose. January 18th in Portland. And January 26th, I'll be in Seattle. You can get tickets at estheronice.com. I cannot wait. These are my favorite places to visit. I saved the best for last.
Hi, Sluggies. I'm tuning in live for my Christmas Eve party. I'm in Philadelphia with the fam. I just wanted to let you know where you can see me on the road. I'm so excited. I've got great dates coming up. I'm going to be January 12th and 13th. I'll be in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada at the comic strip. I'm then going to be at the Comedy Store doing my next Annie Wood and Friends. They've been so fun and amazing. That's January 23rd. I'm going to be in Denver, Colorado, February 16th and 17th. Vancouver, BC for the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival, February 21st, 22nd. I'm going to be in March, an amazing run of shows. I'm going to be in Fort Worth, Texas, March 1st and 2nd. March 8th and 9th, I'm coming back to New Mexico. I'm so excited. This is my first weekend in New Mexico. I'm going to be in Albuquerque. I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. at the D.C. Comedy Loft, March 22nd and 23rd. And Jacksonville, Florida is rescheduled for June 28th and 29th. I cannot wait to see you guys. And I can see you every Thursday on Annie Wood. Love you guys. Happy holidays.
But who knows what I'm jumping to, and she's super sweet, and I'm excited to hang out with her. But I was like, is that kind of how this starts?
Foursome.
Wait, okay, this stuff doesn't happen to me. Or maybe it does, and I just reject it and when it was offered to me. But now that I want it, it's not offered to me.
Well, when I wanted it, it was nowhere to be found.
Yeah,
and now
exactly.
I'm pregnant and it's not on the table.
Maybe
So
it'll
now
happen.
that's why.
Yeah.
So you're saying I have to get pregnant in order to live out my threesome fantasy.
Well, you know how like the universe will like give you the things, like if you say I don't want an adult actress right now, the universe just hears adult actress and gives it to you.
Okay.
And you're coming too desperate. You're coming from a place of lack of an adult actress.
Correct.
Or third.
I will say this though, the most legendary thing you could possibly do is have a threesome while you're pregnant.
It's a foursome.
It's a foursome. Oh my God, your kid might not like that.
But then the kid turns 13, starts Googling mommy, seeing what mommy was up to, finds
We're
out.
not gonna like film it.
No, I just mean this moment.
It's not.
But I will say this, the threesome though is with a woman, and it's not like the kid is like, oh, there was another dick inside mom. No, it's just, it's fine.
Oh my
totally
God.
allowed.
This
Annie, no?
I think, okay, so Todd's always like, you could hook up with a girl. And I'm like,
What?
yeah, but he's so like doesn't understand the power of
Correct. It's
lesbians.
dangerous.
I'm like, Todd, lesbians will steal your girl.
100%.
They will steal your girl. And after what I saw at that lesbian party, I'm like, I'm interested. I can't wait to leave Todd at 50 years old with the children and the snakes for a woman.
Oh, you're leaving him with the children.
Oh, I'm abandoning my life to become like a full-blown lesbian.
Esther, get on board. We don't take the children.
Okay. Obviously.
We go live out the full lesbian fantasy on an island.
Well, I'm having a kid
dildos.
old. I'm having a kid old, so I can't, like if I wait till they're 18, it's gonna be too dried up.
Right.
I gotta leave them young.
No way. I'm going full blast hormones, baby.
Well,
It'll never dry up.
you know the thing about, okay, two things is your subconscious and your thoughts about yourself are supposed to develop like from birth to age 7. Like the things that you hear under 7 are like the things that stick with you. That's how you like place your identity and stuff. So we're basically, when we do all this work on ourselves, we're just trying to undo those things. Also,
The amount of pressure that puts on a parent to know that is so scary.
But as it should. But Gabor Mate also says that you cannot go wrong. Like there's a lot of things you think your child needs, but really it just needs consistent love.
Yeah.
And that feeling of like mom and dad care and love me.
Yeah.
Also, and sorry to, we'll go back to what you're saying because I am excited to
I'll
hear
try
it.
to remember.
But my best friend's mom, we were talking about like, you know, how my parents fucked me up, whatever, how anyone's parents mess them up. And she's like, whatever you think you're fixing, you're going to mess them up in that different way. And I was like, oh, that takes so much pressure off. Okay.
Right.
I think it's intuitive. I have no clue about parenting. I've never even heard intuitive parenting. I'm sure it's a thing. It's going to be your baby. You're going to look at your baby and know what to do.
Yeah.
And
You're going to know. There's no like...
Wait, but what are you saying
Because
about...
like too much of a plan will be their problem.
So you 0 to 7.
Okay.
And we're
all right.
undoing that.
And then I was thinking about leaving your kid at 10.
Oh my God.
When you're 50, myself. But I was thinking, it reminded me a lot of I have tons of friends who are women that are in their 50s. And I was talking to them and they were telling me that a lot of times the reason women, like people either get divorced within the beginning of their marriage or in their late 40s or early 50s because they start to go through menopause and they lose the hormones that let them suffer a man's bullshit.
That makes sense.
They can no longer deal with the bullshit.
That
I'm
actually
so
checks
glad
out.
that Dave won't go through menopause.
He might have already.
He
He doesn't suffer your shit right now.
Yeah, that actually
Wow.
checks out for me.
Like they're just like,
But can I also say I don't think I had to hit menopause to get to that stage.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that.
Because I'm like, I can sniff you out miles away at this point.
yeah.
Yeah, like the only person whose bullshit I'll put up with is obviously the person who have an unhealthy relationship with his Bobby, my ex.
But you're putting up with him in a different way. You broke the relationship part of it, the romantic. So now you're putting up with it. It is about, even though you have very few boundaries in your relationship, that is a boundary that you guys are not romantic anymore.
Yeah, that is true. Speaking of
This
no
glowing
boundaries,
ass skin.
almost ovulating. I think I start in 2 days.
I kegeled when you said that. I am becoming like weirdly attracted to you. Something's happening. I'm like friend crushing. I'm like, I'm trying. I'm calling her. I'm like,
Annie
I'm
calls me.
I
She's
go,
like, "Is there a vibe?"
I was like, their vibe. She did not respond, by the way. It was silence on the other end. I was like, okay.
Been there.
I was like, is this friendship 2.0? But I said 0.0 or something.
Yeah,
I was
she
like,
goes, "Is this friendship 0.0?" And like, I think I
and then
laughed.
she laughed and then ignored me.
And then
we
she was
moved
like,
on.
"I gotta go clean." I was like, "Who is this
well, this is an
person?"
uncomfortable feeling, so I know how to fix it. I'll just go clean my house. But I wasn't really uncomfortable.
Wait, should we do our new routine, which is our weekly top of show, like little check-in? How are you doing today? What's going on?
Sure.
Not to be like the little nerd with my glasses.
I know. It's like not to be the little nerd. Oops, wrong outfit.
You know what I have to say, Esther? I think that you're really feeling yourself at this stage in your pregnancy because of the red nails. And you are holding yourself a little bit sexier these past couple days.
She's finally into you.
This is all coming from
Because
me
you don't want it. 'cause
I know.
You sent it to the universe.
Thank you
I
for
will
that.
finally eat your
Thank you so much. I can't have any sexual relations because it'll cause me physical pain.
She'll lose her position as the president.
But well, okay, I'll start with the check-in then with that little prompt. I am definitely feeling I've had a couple decent days in the pregnancy lately, and I'm like really excited about that. And last night was my show at the Comedy Store, and it was like a smashing success. Like it was so fun, and I think I'm still high off of it. And like I was saying last week, like that extra appreciation I have that I can actually do this, like I'm just so grateful for this career right now. Like that we can get on stage, share these weird, crazy thoughts, entertain people, connect with people who are similar to you. Like everyone has like a live experience. We're like all for 90 minutes, not looking at our phones. Like it just, I'm feeling the appreciation for it. And so I think like that's carrying over with me this morning. And yes, I'm like, okay, I got the Lululemon line of leggings that all the maternity girls say are like low key the best maternity.
Hilarious. I wear them. I
You
didn't know
do.
they were for maternity.
They're not.
Okay.
No,
they're
Align
not.
is not
They're the
for
ones that
maternity.
bell out, right?
They
kind of
that's
have
what
yeah.
they do. They have all different kinds of like leg, but it's like that they have like the wide top.
Yeah, it's really good for my muffin top.
Yes, it's great. And some maybe it's just like the Align leggings glow.
I feel you on the leggings.
Really?
No, and they're so like the smoothness of them. It just makes you so happy.
It makes me realize. Do you remember this?
I don't know about the scrunch with the thing, but I'm gonna forgive.
Oh,
it's not
no.
my business.
Tall Uggs. I'm going.
But
all
I know.
in.
But with when you want it tight all the way down.
That's because I had to size up a bunch because I'm gonna grow into these,
Right.
and because
But I forgive it, and it's my judgment.
Thank you. But like nothing can be too tight right now.
But I heard there's 2 different kinds of Uggs. There's UGG Australia, and then there are Uggs here. And
I saw
apparently
that.
the
We're getting those
quality
trash
is
Uggs.
completely different.
Of course, we're getting the shitty American Uggs.
and we've been getting the bad ones since like Y2K. It's not even like This is
Really?
just new. Yeah,
These ones are cute. Are these new?
these are new. Yeah.
Very cute. Comfy clothes.
Because I dated an Australian boy and he got me the Australian Uggs and they have been, I mean, I have put those things through like actual, like I put them in a fire and they didn't melt. Do you
Oh
know
my
what I
God,
mean?
that's your Stanley Cup.
That's my
They're gonna
Stanley
send you a car now. Wait, I have a question though. Our Uggs are fake now, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Or are we wearing an animal?
I think they're faux now, or I don't know.
I literally don't know.
Because I just remember always seeing Pamela Anderson in them. So I'm like, they can't be real.
Talking
But
about
they,
this
I
sheep.
feel like they were real.
They were absolutely real back
I was okay.
then.
I just want to say I'm okay with sticking my foot straight into a
But do they
lamb.
kill the lambs to get their
They
fur?
shave them, but then those animals don't necessarily live great
Oh,
lives.
they just shave
either.
them. Oh, they just shave them.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
like, you know, I can't imagine mass production of shaving or mass shavings being like a fun thing for a lamb.
That actually sounds
or
really
for a
fun if
sheep.
we did a
Mass shaving. Wait, that's a really cute term.
Guys, mass shaving. That's our next live stream. That's our next Moment House. Is a mass shaving. Everybody, get your raise. We got to get a razor sponsor.
Okay, check in. Talk
Okay,
to
wait.
me.
I have a question.
Okay.
A moral question.
Moral.
Okay, if we found out this glitter was tested on the same sheep that your feet are inside, still wearing it, how good is the makeup? Or do we try to
Like I don't
blind
have
eye?
the bandwidth during pregnancy to check that stuff. Like 6 months ago, I was, you know,
I remember with the contact.
everything was
yeah.
more. But it's like I'm a busy mom, and I just if there's glitter in the eyeshadow that you were so generous to gift to me. You know what else? Another rule that kind of translates here is when you go to someone's house for dinner, you eat what they serve and you don't like follow all your own dietary restrictions. And so I'm like, you gave me the glitter. I already have it. I'm using it.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
I love that. So I can just buy you weird shit.
Oh no.
Oh, this is friendship 2.0 for us.
Do not bring me like foie gras or something.
But what if your baby wants it?
Why would my baby want foie gras?
Well, you don't know until it's in front of you.
It's not happening. Because your baby is your baby. They do what you say.
Oh, not a parent. But
That's
I
what
don't
my
know.
sister always says. She's like, you raise your kid like to be your kid. And it's just,
Mm.
I don't know. I don't really know what it means.
Ooh, that
but I
did not
kinda
work out
do.
for my mom. Boy, did I go
I know.
the other
Like
direction.
then they turned 14.
Yeah.
I remember the moment I sat up in bed and I was like, I can call her a bitch back.
Oh my God.
It was the most powerful moment of my life.
You're kidding.
I was like, you're a bitch. They were like, it was over then. You're a fucking bitch.
What
Khalyla,
happened?
Annie, how are you guys feeling today?
Colorful.
I feel cute as shit. I love my outfit. I love my spray tan, even though the pits are very white. I did a very good Pilates today. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I am taking semaglutide, and I have to talk about it because you guys, I don't know about this shortage because it was very easy to get, so I don't know what's going on. But
Thank you.
and
by the way,
very
for
cheap
saying it
and
out
very
loud.
cheap. And it's so funny because when through this doctor, when I was offered it, I was like, I don't think I want to do it. Like, this just isn't my vibe or whatever. But then I had like a FOMO about it. And I was like, I want to try this thing out. It was offered to me. It's easy to get. And I was like, all right, it was like $300. And then it was sitting in my fridge. And I was like, I don't think I want this. Like, I don't want to have stomach problems. And then I was like, I actually am not someone that has bad side effects to things. And if I do have a bad side effect, I'll stop doing it. I'm not trying to get like skinny, like all these things. I was like, maybe I could lose 10 pounds or whatever. But I just was more out of curiosity trying it. But now I'm literally like, it's cured my desire to lose any weight. It's like so weird. There's like this weird paradox where I'm like, all right, I got to taper off of it when I start to lose too much weight or whatever. And then the effects of it, I looked it up and this has been known to do it. It's like curing my ADD.
What do you mean?
Is it just cure the compulsion?
I'm like, it's not hard to get to exercise. I don't have that voice in my head that's like just lay in bed, just lay in bed. It's like, I'm like, I want to work out. And when I'm going, like I went to Pilates today, 2 days this week. And
wait, you have a voice that says just lay in bed? It's so hard for me because you are such an energizer bunny.
I
No,
know.
it's like just stay. It's easier to stay.
Really?
Sorry.
How is it you're affecting your relationship with food?
Well, I just
not-
don't. It's just very easy to eat just what I choose to eat.
So you still eat? You still have an appetite?
I would refuse. I would never not eat. That's like not,
Yeah.
I have no interest. And I do think like, not to be judgmental, but I do see some people that have been on Ozempic and stuff. I don't like how they look. I think at 40, I've crossed the threshold of skinny being hot. It just looks sick for me.
Right.
My personal judgment on that is like, it's not like, I'm not chasing like low-rise jeans or anything, you know? I really like being fit. And I did hear that like it can, if you don't work out, it can like go and like you can lose muscle, and I have no interest in that. So I just have been working out harder, but it's like very easy. Like when I go to a class, like let's say back in the day when we used to go to Barry's boot camp once or twice, I don't remember how many times we went.
I don't think we ever even went together.
We never went together, but
I did go.
we had
and
an era.
It was.
Which is shocking for both of us, I feel
It's
like.
never coming back for me.
But I like, okay, so they always go, you can put the treadmill at like 4.5 or 4.5 up to like 7.5. Like I very rarely got to 7.5. And if I did, it's like I had to like really fight myself to get there. I am now like 10.5. Like I go as hard as I can. Like I'm so sore. I used to think Pilates was so easy. It's because I wasn't trying hard. I was like, hey, what's the least amount of workout I can do during this workout? I'm like squeezing my core. I'm just like, I don't know. I have a lust for life. Oh my God. You guys, my shaman just called me and my fucking hypnotist. It's my angels. My angels just called me.
It's because you don't need them anymore because of the semaglutide.
I love them though. I want to give it to
You're
all for
cured.
Christmas.
Christmas
is over.
Can I say something? The three of you have never looked. You look very stunning today.
Oh, thank you.
In different ways.
Very
Oh my
different
God, her
ways.
second divorce is making her a lesbo.
I honestly
she's
maybe.
in perimenopause. This is insanity.
No, but I
Aren't
just
we all?
wanted you to know you all are like glowing.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Stella. So
Stella.
are you?
Yeah.
I can't. There's like a full camera in front of you, but I'm assuming you look
You
great.
can't see me at all.
I'm assuming you look great.
Wait, and Stella, thank you so much for coming to the show last night.
Yes.
What did you have fun?
The Comedy Store is I don't know how to describe it. It's honestly it's a cool place. You feel very cool when you go
It's
there.
the best place on earth. And then when you know the people, bitch.
Yeah, you feel like, and then like even watching Esther's like stand up, and they kept talking about like, I know you're here for Esther. I was like, man, that must be such a cool feeling. Like also just to see that Annie was in the other room, and like, I don't know, I love going there. I feel very, very cool. I feel like it's like a very cool place.
By the way, when I got there, your show was just letting out, and I did an accidental mini meet and greet at your show. It was like not on purpose. I was
Yeah, and there's a lot of Trash Tuesday fans there, and of course I was like, how do you like the new? I was like questioning them about the new vibe, and they
Yup.
were all like, we love it, even though they probably were just saying.
No,
that,
we don't give you guys an option to not like it. Okay,
yeah.
this is hypnosis. This
Yeah.
is the best it's ever
No,
been,
but
and
it
it's
was-
always gonna get better. And
Yeah, the Slug fans are so sweet. They're all
know.
these
it was
sweet
so
girls.
cute. There were so many people.
But it was
barreling
also
out.
really cool. It was like watching Beyonce pregnant perform.
Wow.
Honestly, you know what I wanted to say too? That's really cool. It's like you're kind of like in this. You're so in the moment and what's going on. It's got to feel so good on stage to be. Because sometimes I think like as all comics, like we kind of get like stuck in a set for a while, and it's like we're not even like in that place in our lives anymore. Like you're like pregnant, talking about being pregnant, and it's so fucking relatable.
I just could not do the not in the moment on stage anymore because it was taking away. It was just like draining me
Yeah,
of
there's no like joy.
the artistry of it or
Yeah.
something. Wait, but okay, before Khalyla check in, I just want to ask Stella, what did you think? Because Dave joined me on stage for the last like 15 minutes. What was your opinion of Dave?
I would love Dave to come on the podcast.
She's like, I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see. I need to interview him.
I thought it was very cute. You got your little like the way that you went back and forth was really cute. I feel like he was really adorable, but I want more. I want to know more. I had like questions.
Okay, good to know. Okay.
So I thought it was cute though.
Okay.
And you can tell that he really like, and then at one point he was like, I don't know why I'm up here. Like, I thought it was, I liked that.
No, he's like, when is it going to be me, Todd, and Bobby? Like, Bobby should just, or
Bobby.
Why don't we just hard launch?
Hard launch me and Bobby back together?
No.
Oh, the guy I'm seeing? Oh, no, there's no hard launches there. Absolutely not. I'm protecting
What if we kept
that.
him anonymous? We put like a screen over him and he just talks.
We could just put Guy
There's a
there,
silhouette of him and he just talks.
To
keep him private?
I will bring him on a phone call first, like
Yes.
on the show, and you know what I mean.
But
without
don't
letting
you
him
guys
know.
think it would be funny if we
Illegal.
just started the show and the three of them, well, we could, someone else, we could have Guy or something with Khalyla, whoever you felt comfortable with.
Guys in your seat? We
Yeah.
have your ex-husband in your seat?
Oh, yeah, honestly. But that, I think, and then to start
And whatever
the show,
like hot
to
guy
start,
or girl Katie's banging.
and then to start the show like that, I think that would be so cute.
Yeah, I think Bobby would be down for
Yeah,
that.
I
as,
like-
my
Perfect.
correspondent.
I
yeah.
liked our episode when we dressed like our
I
men.
know.
That was really funny.
I'm like still dressing like that. That like
You
really-
never changed.
it
That was your
influenced
Steve
my
Bannon.
style.
That was your Steve
Yeah.
Bannon phase.
Wait, Khalyla, check in. How are you today? What's going on? How are you feeling?
I was supposed to have therapy this week, but my therapist is getting back surgery.
Oh,
So
I don't like
she's
that.
out for a long time.
It's like,
and
bitch, you can't FaceTime?
no, but you know
I'm
what's
just
you know
kidding.
what's crazy is that you think that you need it, right? Therapy. But then you really feel like you need it when you can't have it. When you're like, I'm out, I can't help you. So now I'm like, who do I call? Like, and it's just it's not no crisis or anything, but it's that feeling of like, I think I need like assistance.
yes.
And but I'm good. I'm good today. Surviving, I think.
She's gonna have a wild ride. Is
Who?
your therapist a girl?
My therapist is a lady, yeah.
She's gonna have a wild ride and when she gets back to work. It's gonna be all saved up.
I know.
Well,
I know.
you know what that just made me think of? My childhood doctor passed away when I was like still pretty young. I was like a teenager. And there was like a weird betrayal because he was so like precious and like our guy, he got brain cancer. Imagine what it would feel like if just suddenly our therapist passed away. Like, can you imagine the amount
that
of
would be
therapists
pretty
you'd have
rough.
to go to?
That would be pretty rough. In fact,
starting over is like
starting over is a lot. It's a lot. But there are upsides to starting over because like you are like kind of a new version of yourself, I think, at different times in your life. And there are some things you no longer have to talk about.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, I've already addressed
Oh,
that. I
that's-
don't have to keep like
But
introduce
sometimes
that
they
to
want the
this.
summary and you're like, oh, can
Sure,
you just
but-
like, is there a file with the notes?
Yeah, but what I like, even because I switched therapists like 5 years ago, and I liked like picking and choosing. Like, oh wait, I've already addressed this. This doesn't bother me anymore, and I don't need to bring that onto like my sessions now. Like we've processed that. Like we're good.
That's true. I
Yeah.
like you kind of close a chapter and it's like
Yeah.
I like that my therapist knows that those things existed though, but you're right, like it would be okay if someone new didn't have all the files uploaded.
Have you ever had friends that lie to their therapist? My friend in college was like, oh, I always lie to my therapist. I'm like, what?
That's such a waste of money.
It's so
I can't.
insane.
But I will say, as someone who has lied to my therapist,
I know you've talked about this.
Yeah, I've absolutely lied to my therapist. I told Dr. Drew this. It's me still being a people pleaser. Like it's me still feeling like there are moments where she's like, "How are you?" I'm like, "I'm good. I'm hanging in there," and I'm not.
But
I'm like
that's-
barely hanging on by a thread. But I'm like, "I'm good. I got this," and I don't got this.
I don't think that's a bad lie because that's also kind of like you're also maybe even like speaking yourself into a truth. Like maybe you're trying to talk yourself into it, or even if you're trying to make them please them or whatever. That's not that bad. But it's like I had friends that would like lie about like things that happened. They were just weirdos. It was college.
and not about big stuff. No. Like
Your
I would
feelings,
never.
I think, is kind of okay because they'll probably.
Yeah, like there are times where she's like, here's where I've lied, where she's like, I think it's this, and I think it's because, she'll go into the whole racial part of like my trauma, where she's like, you're Filipino, this and that, and this. She gets, and I'm like, I don't think it's that, but I'll nod and be like, oh yeah, you're right.
Oh, I see.
It might be that. And I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
actually
that's just
agree with you
people-pleasing,
there. And
yeah.
it's very people pleasy. But I want to hear her out, so I just
It is awkward to be like, even if it's your therapist or someone else, when someone is so confident they figured out what your
Yeah.
deal is, it is really uncomfortable to be like, no, I don't think it's that. Even as someone who is not a people pleaser and will speak up, it's f***ing awkward.
Yeah. I like with my new therapist, she goes like, I'm guessing, like she's very like conscious of that. And there's been times where I'm like, no, I don't think that's it. That doesn't like ring true, but I'll try it on, And I think like with a lot of my friends, like when they call me for things and I'm like, I'm gonna guess, like I just like never, I always like preface, I could be totally wrong. But like if
Yeah.
I were you, I might be feeling it because of this,
Man, you guys, I have to be honest. I am still struggling in my life with this one recurring theme that is coming up with like family, friends. I'm seeing it in multiple relationships where someone I love so much is in a relationship, with a romantic relationship that I don't approve of, and it's like,
Are you talking about Todd?
yeah, Todd and I have been talking. I'm begging him. This is just like, I can't let go. It's really hard for me to keep quiet, even though I do it. It's so hard. And then if they ask questions, even if I've prepped myself, like, these two people love each other. Like, you cannot get in between them. But if someone goes, what do you I'm like, I think this and this and this. And then I know they're never going to, they're in love. They're never going to.
Well, if they're asking you explicitly, then
They
you can
know
unload.
And they know what you're
Yeah.
gonna say, probably.
But they don't
You
go-
helped me. No, but you helped me before, and I didn't hear it yet. Like you helped me in one of my relationships where you were like, "This is not a good guy. This guy's not into you. This is like."
And you didn't. So but you.
And even if I didn't hear it then, like later, I was like, "Oh yeah," but it's helpful. It's like.
Yeah, I've had that too with a friend where she told me the way this guy is treating you is. She told me all the reasons why that wasn't working. I wasn't ready when she said it, but then later I was like, yeah, she was right.
you
Yeah, because
gotta.
if you're like, then you can. I think honestly, in that, not that you asked for advice, but like, I think in that situation, I would be like, either like I can't like talk. I can't be the one that you talk to about this because I just have my feelings and I don't want to get involved.
But I can't control myself.
But okay.
But it would just be like a boundary.
Yeah.
But you have to, like, the way I see it is like choose your own fucking adventure, bitch. You want to choose heartache and devastation? That's the road you want to
it's not my
go.
business.
Like, have at it.
Like,
Like,
you care about your
of course,
friend or
of
your-
course. But
But
I
they'll be
think
fine, too. It's
the
like-
nicest thing
Right.
that my family ever did was never intrude on my relationships because I learned a lot through the
Yes.
horrible ones.
You don't want to be an experience stealer.
Right,
You don't
like
want to steal someone's experience.
Because
of,
I
like,
really
learning
felt like
themselves.
respected. I'm like, okay, they trust that, okay, maybe this person isn't great, but they trusted me to crawl out of it and get out of it, even
Yeah.
though it was probably hard to watch for them because I'm sure they were just fucking foaming at the
Yeah.
mouth wanting to be
Yeah.
like, fucking leave him. But they don't do that. And I really love my family for that because it's like, even though those things hurt, and even though there are times where I'm like, why the fuck didn't you tell me? And they're like, Khalyla, like you had to go through it. You just had to.
And I know you're right because you know what? This happened. I've talked when I brought this up before. It was about my sister, and she's finally out of that relationship. No thanks to me being right the whole time. Like she had to get there herself. Nothing I said
Right.
got her there. Nothing, and of course, because she's my fucking bitch sister, she's never gonna be like, you were right. But like, so I've seen me try and it gets me nowhere and they have to do it themselves. But here I am in this again with someone else. And I'm like,
It's also, you can't like control someone else. It's like you can't like
But I
get in there.
understand the
Also,
And
instinct.
it's also, yeah, like,
You let them hit their bottom faster.
yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's like if you don't aid them, if you don't like just jump in, and they might hit the bottom of that relationship faster.
why?
Okay, like for instance, I was dating somebody and I wasn't disclosing to my family how actually mean he was to me. Like on text, he was very jealous. This is pretty recent. He was very nasty when he wouldn't like get his way with me. He would call me things like avoidant. He would say that I was a whore, that he would like
I was like, when you first said avoidant, I was like, not
He
the
would say
worst.
things
I was
like-
like, I was
was
like,
it me and
oh.
Annie?
Yeah, but he would say things like, "Oh, like
Whores.
you give too many people you give too many men eye contact." And I'm like, "Where am I going?
Ew,
Like, I
we're
don't
too
even leave
old
the
for this
fucking
shit.
house,
We're
bro."
too old for this shit.
Like one time, like I spent 4 hours on FaceTime with him, and I went to an Easter party for an hour and a half, and I didn't check in with him for that hour and a half. And I came home to like a barrage of text messages basically being like, why the fuck are you like this? Like, and mind you, I had just spent 4 hours on, anyways, all of this to say at 38, I put up with this bullshit. At 38, having gone through all of the shitty relationships. And this is the only time my sister was like, thank fucking God. Okay, so he did something that was very similar in the same vein of being jealous and being like, just not cool. And yeah, controlling. And and finally I called my sister. I was in Hawaii and I was like, hey, I think I'm done with this. She goes, yes, you are. Yes, the f*** you are, bitch. And she's like, and if you are not, I'm actually gonna step in this time. She's like, if you were 25, you put up with that because you don't know any better. But I was like, Khalyla, you just got out of a 10-year relationship. You're 38.
38-year relationship.
Yeah, basically.
Well, basically because you sold yourself out to be in that other one.
Yeah. And then she was like, yeah, you are. You're done. We're done here.
How did you hit that wall of you're done with this controlling person?
I hate to say this, but there was a catalyst. There was a guy that I met who was a friend, and his presence made me feel very calm, secure, and he was just a friend and like cared for. And just looking at him, I was like, wait, I cannot be with someone like this when I know there are people like this.
Yes.
Like who calm my nervous system. I'm like, why am I in this? And then I called, it was like 1 a.m. She picked up and she was like, yeah, you're done. I'm like, I'm done. And it felt so fucking good because I think I was very lonely when I broke up with Bobby. I wanted to, you know, I just wanted maybe to feel someone's like warm body next to me, to feel adored again because I felt fucking ugly.
All understandable.
Yeah, and I got myself into something not healthy. You know, I wish him well and stuff, but like, yeah, dude, like I did not tell my family all of the nasty stuff that he was saying. And I almost was like, only told him the good stuff, but my sister knew it the whole time. She was like, that boy is controlling. Like she just sniffed it out. So
I'm glad to hear that you got there on your own, and that gives me hope that I can just, because I know this is my issue. Why do I care? I should step back. And that's what I need to do, and let them pull a Khalyla and find it.
Yeah, just trust that they're going to be okay and they can figure it out.
Yeah.
People like do, unless someone's being like physically hurt and you need to like step in. It's like, I think it's like.
People always go to that, but I'm like, I think some of these, it's all bad.
Yeah,
but you're right. I know you're
unless
right.
Unless there's like, they're going to be killed. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And there's bruises.
yeah, as long as their safety is okay, you know.
You're right. You guys are right.
But it's like, yeah, I mean, I think obviously verbal abuse has like a big impact on people, but you can't call the cops and be like, someone called me a whore.
Yeah. You hate that it even has to be that way, but it's like, you really have to check in with how your body feels around the person. Because sometimes you're so used to feeling a certain way. And you sometimes conflate that like anxiety with like, ooh, it must be butterflies or it must be this. When really your nervous system is just shutting down.
And you get in the habit when you have like so much trauma when you're little of like, excitement is that like that's everything is like, and then you just hit a point where you're like, I want peace. I just want to be like happy and peace. I don't want to have to be like so high or low all the time.
That's why what Dr. Drew
I was
says,
just saying,
like,
what was he said to you? Like go for a calm.
Yeah, no fireworks.
Yeah.
Like, because, you know, for someone like me, maybe even someone like you or all of us, it's like we've been through, and our nervous system is just really fried. You need that calm. You need that safe harbor. And I think I always wanted to go for the chaos and like, you know, the bells and whistle, because that's always what's exciting to me. That's like my family structure is very exciting like that.
I have a question. I don't have any clue what the answer is to it, but what do you think, and I'm just using men as the example because we're women and we mostly date guys, but what do you think causes a controlling guy? Like what in their childhood makes them controlling?
Okay, well, before you said childhood, I was going to say, but I'm really curious about that too. It's obviously like jealous insecurity. They're just so, I think it's that they don't trust women, and that has something to do with childhood, young experience, maybe their first love, or maybe something to do with mommy. I don't know. But like, it's a control. It's, I don't trust you unless you must be in my sight at all times, or I think, I know David so fought me on this, but it's like, you know, those guys that think all women are whores and they're never gonna, that's their core belief.
Yeah.
And so whatever you do, they're just,
Maybe it's like a cheating mother.
I think it's how people manifest their anxieties. That's what they say. Men go outward, women go inward. And I think
Can I say for me what it was? Because I was the super jealous, insane girlfriend in my 20s. And I will admit, like, super unhealthy and probably accused people of doing things that they would never even dare of doing. But for me, it was like I was very much the girl in guy friend groups that was the recipient of all of their bad stories. Like, I was always the girl that were like, oh, Khalyla, like, if they would like cheat on their girls or their wives or whatever, for some reason they thought I was the vault in the group. And maybe there was a part of me that was very pick me. And I'm like, oh yeah, like, I'm the girl that the guys trust. But then I became the recipient of all of their fucking bad behavior. I would witness it. And so when I got into my relationships, I'm like, oh, you're just like all my other friends, I'm sure. Like, you're all terrible. And I know this for a fact. And I would see their girlfriends, like girlfriends of my friends or wives, and who were completely unaware. And in my head, I'm like, I'm not going to be that unaware.
Yes.
I'm going to be onto you. I'm going to sniff you out. Honestly, it's a fucking losing game.
Of course it is.
It's a
ruins your
losing
life.
game. Yeah. It's number one, my partners probably didn't deserve that. Absolutely didn't deserve that. Also, like, I'm just spinning for no
Maybe
reason.
they sucked though. Who knows?
Yeah,
You're punishing
maybe.
yourself.
I've definitely been cheated on, like several times, like in my younger years. But I don't even think that's why I became a jealous person. I think it's hearing the stories over and over again.
Also, because I was really jealous too, and I didn't even realize, I can't remember what friend it was, but I remember just asking her these questions like, so you don't know what your boyfriend, what he's up to right now? No. What if he's doing this? Whatever. And I was like, whoa, it could be like this. Like, and I'm like, oh, that's so much better than this other version where you're ruining your own fucking life trying to control someone. And I always say this to my other friend, I'm like, you either trust the person you're with or you don't. And it doesn't really matter it's just, do you have peace or do you not have peace? There's no in between.
Right.
And this friend never has peace. And I'm like, okay, that sucks. I hate this for you. There's nothing I can do.
Well, also, it's just like if you're jealous and possessive, you're thinking about someone else all the time. You're not like even like focusing.
Your
on
whole life
yourself.
is on hold.
Yeah,
your whole life is on hold, and I see this, and I've been there. Like you're saying, I've totally been there too. And maybe there is a projecting going on where it's like, God, I know what that's like, and there's the life on the other side of that, and I want to bring you there.
Yeah, and it's such a great place to be when you're like, I don't give a fuck if you do or you don't. Like, I'm gonna sit with the trust of it all and like live in the peace. For instance, like the guy that I'm dating, very social, very lovable. People like him. He has female friends. It's like, that's what I'm attracted to. It's also what makes me like a little bit like, it brings back like a little bit of my old like jealous habits. But
so I mean, look, a scooch of jealousy, like a
scooch, yeah.
Like if you know they're
With
choosing
trust,
you, like
yeah.
if you know they're choosing you, it's very fun for a girl to hit on your man.
Yeah.
If you know that they're not.
But also it's
within reason, nothing too crazy.
But also
like if they don't know you exist, like if you just watch like someone like come to your like look at your man or whatever, and they don't know that you're not like next to them yet. That's fucking hot.
But I think it speaks to what you said earlier about like not giving a shit. You kind of lose that the hormones to give a shit. And I think for me it's kind of like now I believe I can leave anytime and I am okay alone.
Yeah.
And if this doesn't work out and you turn out to be a shithead, like fuck it. We tried. Cool.
Yeah.
Like I'm not devastated anymore at the thought of being alone because it turns out it's quite nice.
Yeah. Even when I have dreams, like sometimes I have dreams that Todd cheats on me. And even in the dreams, I'm like, I'll be okay. This sucks, but I'm going to get through this. Like I'm even like being like healthy.
Really?
Yeah.
This is why it is so important for women to be financially like independent, because
I've never had a guy that has money. Like this conversation's so insane to me.
But no, one of my girlfriends was saying this recently. Like, women must have their financial independence so that they have the freedom to, like you said so easily, like, you know, we can just go be on our own. Because if you are not in that situation, that's scary.
Thing. But
Yeah.
I
so
also
scary.
heard one of my many shaman gurus once told me, like, he was like, you know, always leave a situation, never let money be the thing, because just statistically, you always you always make like within 2 years, you're financially sound. Like that's enough time for you to like rebuild a business or anything like that, which I think is really good to hear too. It's like where you're like, oh, everything is gonna like, how could it, if you're forward moving and you want to make money, you can make money, you know, like you can find a way somehow on the internet, hopefully on the internet and not like
TikTok
in an alley
shop.
on your knees or whatever. But that's
Yeah.
also an option.
Create a
if you like
TikTok
it.
shop.
But I was thinking about, the homeless people in my neighborhood are like knitting. I'm like, you have an Etsy store. This is crazy. But I was thinking about something you said. Okay, I need more semaglutide.
Khalyla, I just have a question. Because I'm newly single right now, I'm in that phase where I'm like, I will date a toxic man just to feel a hot, like a warm body.
Yeah.
So between the toxic person and the great like what was the time like between the two? Was it a long period?
Between
of
the
time?
breakup and then dating
A good person, yeah.
Well, to be clear, like he didn't seem like toxic at first. I'm not like pointing out like, ooh, yeah, he seems this way.
Well, I mean, they never do. But
yeah,
I mean,
they never do. I think I'm also old enough to know that I actually don't think like he's a great guy. I think that our dynamic was toxic because at this time in my life, like when we were dating, he was ready for a relationship and I was very clear up front about not wanting to be in a relationship. And that back and forth really frustrated him to the point of like, I think him being like an anxious kind of type of person.
Is
and it was
he
too
a great
much
guy
for me.
if he's calling you a whore though? I do that too.
No,
I'm always
no,
like,
I don't call people
I'm
names.
always like, oh, but he's not. And I'm like, I'm kind of done doing that because it's like, I can be like, I like wish you well and I hope you learn and I hope you like grow and find what you need in the world. But why am I always like, I'm almost like apologizing. I'm like putting like what they did to me. Like, I'm like, oh, but it's okay.
You know what they call that? I learned it from the holistic psychologist, an over-understander. Like where you make excuses for people because you're like,
That
well,
is
they
100%
they
what I
went through
do.
this trauma and it's because of this. And, I understand where he's coming from. And it's like, sometimes you're right. Like, I don't want to be called a whore. I don't want to be called this and that. Like, I understand what led you to say that, but it doesn't mean I have to put up with it.
Can I tell you guys something that I had like a little bit of like not a breakdown in Philly when I was back for Thanksgiving, but when I went back home, like this girl that had done some like f***ed up shit to me when we were in high school, she's like incredibly successful in her field there. And I had this like feeling of like she kind of popped in my head when last time I was doing ayahuasca and I was like, oh, I'm like proud of her. Like that's great that she got to like the top of her thing. And then when I was in Philly and I was thinking about it and I was like, I had this urge to like go see her and like say, there was this thing inside me that like was like, oh, I should go see her and tell her I'm proud of her and whatever. And it's like, I need to kill that part of myself because my sadness when I was there and I was like actually thinking about it was like, what is it in me that keeps giving people these like chances? It's like this person, like, and of course she was 16 at the time. It really doesn't matter. What was done in that situation was bad enough to sever that cord forever. And I think it's like what I strive to do is have no feelings about it. Like, obviously I don't want people to be like homeless on the street or like feeling like shit or whatever and having a bad life. But it's like, I was just like sad about the fact that I was like willing to like.
Okay, so what's coming up for me is that this is an extremely common behavior that often women experience with like an abuser, where they want to make things right with the person who hurt them. And I don't know the psychology or why it is, but it's like you often like want to make sure things are cool with like the guy who you or whatever it is. I don't know if you guys had that experience in your sexual trauma, but it's very common. And it's like, oh, she did something fucked up to you and you have this maybe.
Like she would like, maybe she was going to apologize to me or something. Like it's almost like I'm going and thinking, but I don't know what it is because I'm not even like thinking about it. It's just like the fact that I'm like, oh, like let bygones be bygones. It's like, I'm done. Like, I don't like that. I don't think that's like a healthy kindness that I have.
You should really talk to my sister because she is the best person. Like she understands core wounds so well. So anyone who bullied her in elementary school, I always tell her, it's like, Kunda, it's like you were 8, 9 years old. She's like, I don't give a f***. That face is emblazoned in my mind and it elicits a certain response out of me. I don't care if we were 7 or 8. It's a fucking wound that is still there. So it's like, I don't care if they want to have, because we go back to the Philippines and they're like, oh, let's all grab dinner. She's like, I don't want to see that person's face because when I look at that person's face, I'm back to being 7 and 8 and I have this wound inside me, but also my life is very much okay without them.
Right.
So she's like, I don't want to make nice. And that's okay too.
The only thing that gets in the way of me playing slots in Vegas is that I don't live in Vegas. And the fact that I am able to, on my phone, play slots with DraftKings is like the most exciting news and pretty upsetting for my business manager, but very exciting for me.
Also, not just slots, by the way. Blackjack, roulette, they have all of it.
You don't understand. I'll be at the Comedy Store. I'll literally hear from another room, woo, what? And I'm like, it's Annie on the DraftKings casino app.
Do you know, like, sometimes you're
And
like,
there's people gathering around her. It's a party when Annie has that app open. And right now, new players who play $5 get $100 instantly in casino credits.
I love that the minimums are low. You can play as low or as high stakes as you feel on a given day. And sometimes
I
sadly
got
for your business manager, it's high stakes.
Also, if you're like me, maybe you're not ready to play for real money, no problem. All DraftKings games let you test out the games for free to find the right fit. So sometimes I'll have fun doing that.
Download the DraftKings Casino app now and sign up with promo code Trash Tuesday and play $5 to get $100 in casino credits. That's promo code Trash Tuesday only at DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 and up. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. 1 per opted-in new customer. $5 wager required. Max $100 in casino credit awarded, which require 1x playthrough within 7 days. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/holidays on the house. Restrictions apply.
I think it's no secret that we all struggle to save money every month.
Yeah,
I'm so good at spending it though. I was like, I really have a gift. I really
you
have a
actually
gift.
are better than most.
I have a gift. I spend it on everything.
And you look good.
Thank you. I think it works.
But with Rocket Money, you can quickly identify all of those sneaky subscriptions, which are so freaking hard to cancel.
Also, most people think that they're spending about $80 per month on subscriptions, and the reality is it's much closer to $200 a month. So we all like kind of do our girl math and make ourselves think it's less.
Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place.
With over 5 million users and counting, Rocket Money has helped save its customers an average of $720 a year and $1 billion in savings so far. I think
For
all
me.
of that was for Annie.
Yes, for me.
And what I love about Rocket Money, too, is they can help you negotiate your bills lower.
Yeah.
Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and manage your money the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/Trash Tuesday. That's rocketmoney.com/Trash Tuesday. rocketmoney.com/Trash Tuesday.
And it's almost like, it's not even like, my goal is like to not even like make nice or keep a grudge or anything. It's like, I just want to vibrate on a level where I don't even see these people anymore.
That's where she's at. She's just
Yeah.
like, I don't know why, like, it's not okay for me just to not have feelings about it. She's like,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit anymore. I don't want to see those people.
Because my high school, like after all that shit happened, I used to go back.
Really?
I used to go back.
I
I would go back and they would treat me like fucking shit again. And it was crazy. And I would just keep going back. And there was like this alumni page where you could say like where you are. And I was doing something way cooler than everyone else in comedy and shit. And I would like submit it. This was like before I really realized like how fucked up it was, what happened to me. And that it wasn't normal. I was still in this weird like, I probably did something wrong. I would like submit my like alumni thing and they wouldn't post it. It was like, you. Like, you're not posting my alumni shit, you pieces of shit. Obviously, they were probably like, we got to try to erase this bitch being in our lives.
Yeah, because I think they put a hole in you and you're still trying to fill that hole somehow. And I think that's...
I don't have it with them anymore because they reach out sometimes with
Oh, fuck 'em.
they are done.
I wish Dr. Drew was here to like break down what this phenomenon
We need
is
another Dr. Drew
and why it
episode.
happens, because I relate to that too, where it's like someone does something really bad to you and then you want to make excuses and be like, well, it wasn't like the over understander, and then you want to make it okay, and I don't know why we do that, but it is some kind of human nature. I don't know if it's like it comes to wanting to feel safe.
I think there's a safety element there for sure. It's also like, for me, it's like I'm just trying to put the puzzle pieces like together and in a very neat way in my mind. And if I have a period at the end of this sentence and like an ending to that story or a resolution or an apology, somehow I'm able to put the pieces of my life together a little bit better in my head. And there's more of a calm, because when something is unresolved, I do feel like not great.
But the lesson in that for us is like, that's an outside circumstance, right? Like we can't control that resolution. If we need the resolution to be like coming from someone else, especially someone who's like already wronged us, it's like we have absolutely no control over that. Like maybe we'll get that, maybe we won't, but it's like about, we have to resolve it in ourselves energetically. And that's like, that was like what I was realizing, like I need to do some work on that, because it's like I over forgive. It's like, why? Like,
I also think, though, that this is such a universal response that it must be so deep in the brain. It's like we don't even have the awareness. And I'm even like, does it have something to do with if I go back and make things right, then they won't want to hurt me again? Are we just like thinking deep in our subconscious they're going to hurt me again? I don't know. I'm fully guessing, but this is like so not uncommon.
my therapist in high school told me that a lot of like SA victims will go back to like relive that same type of pattern, not necessarily with the same person, because they want to see it through like with a happy ending. But he also got me beer for my 16th birthday and told me when I was going to Germany when I was 14 that I should tell him if the German guys have crooked penises. So I don't think and he did more stuff that I won't even talk about. But so I don't know if we can believe him. I'm like, oh, you're one of the things I'm doing this with.
Wait, I wanna bring something up that I recently found out. Have you guys ever heard of the correlation between when you have your period and what kind of witch you are?
No.
Okay, because I know you guys thought it was very woo-woo of me a couple episodes ago, and I was like, I bleed with a moon, because I bleed with a full moon,
No,
right?
woo, woo, woo up. Woo, woo's all I want.
Okay, so I've bled with a full moon for as long as I can remember. There are times where it flips into me ovulating with a full moon, but it's either ovulating on a full moon, but mostly bleeding with a full moon. Always on a full moon.
I'm just imagining you have like hot period sex under the moon.
But apparently so if you bleed with a full moon, you're called a red witch. If you ovulate on a full moon, it's a white witch, and there's pink witch, and there's other types. So I want to know what you guys are. And each one has their own powers.
I have
don't know.
never compared my period to the size of the moon.
We'll have to wait for her for a while.
Yeah.
But it makes so much
even
sense because,
before-
I mean, the moon dictates tide, right? It dictates fish activity. It dictates so many...
Don't call our vaginas fish.
activity.
It dictates so
Visual
many
activity.
like things in nature. Like, why wouldn't it,
What makes you think to check the moon when you bleed? That's what I want to know.
No, because so I know that my period is coming. It's very easy for me
Are
to
you
know.
sure you're not Native American?
I'm not. So it's like if I just know when the full moon is that month, then I can prepare when to get tampons and stuff like that. I don't even need a period tracker because
That's
I'm
cool.
like, I just
What?
bleed with a moon.
I like that.
All I'm saying is, can you track your periods and Esther the next time you do have one? Or go back to your period tracker. How about that? And
Okay.
Oh,
will
I
you
can
let
do
me
that
know?
too. Yeah.
Will you let me know when you bleed so we can figure out what kind of witches we
Yes,
are?
I will say this makes sense because if you think about it, like in whatever times when we were cavemen or whatever we were, like we didn't have calendars or like iCal, so it makes sense that like we looked at the moon and be like, okay, I'm gonna bleed soon. Like I guess that is. There's.
I better gather my leaves.
Yeah.
I better gather my twigs and leaves.
Which one are you?
I'm a red witch because I bleed with the full moon. So apparently I was killed a lot back in the day.
Why?
Yeah, like because the red witches were considered
Oh my God. You would look so hot getting
the
burned at a
healers,
stake.
the oracles.
yeah, like high priestesses and like really up to no good in the
Can't you see Khalyla like being one of the witches that like is getting burned, but she doesn't even scream? She's like, you won't.
I
take
love the
me.
heat.
You won't take my. What does he say at Braveheart?
I was like, Last of the Mohicans or Braveheart?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say I have extremely long cycles, so I would never like my
Is the
cycles are like
cycle long or the period? What do you mean?
my
is the-
cycle is I only get a period every 38 days.
Oh, I have my period for 38 days. I thought that's what you meant. I just have a heavy period for 5 years.
No, it's so weird. I don't understand why my cycles are so long. I don't understand what it means. Forever, doctors were like, that's really concerning. You probably won't be able to have kids.
You're the pink witch. You're both. You're all of it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's bullshit, right? Because like Annie's mom didn't even have her period until she was 30 and she had
she
twins.
was a real
Yeah.
witch.
You know what I mean? So
tell
it's
you.
like it's a weird thing to say, but is there anything you do at home that is just so private and just between you and yourself and no one will ever know that you do? Like for instance, I'll give you an example. Like when I'm at the tail end of my period and it's like that fudgy brown.
You put it on your face.
That's Filipino ritual. That's public
She
knowledge.
cooks it into brownies and doesn't tell anyone.
No, like I pull my panty down because I don't put a panty liner. I don't have a tampon on because it's a tail end, right?
Yeah.
I pull it down.
That's why it's called the tail end. You leave a little tail.
Yeah, and I say this out loud to myself, and I go, chocolate! and it's something that I have to do every single time. Like, I'm like, chocolate! And then I go into the shower.
I honestly can't relate. I think it's adorable though. I love the childlike quality.
Yeah, I like the baby voice.
There's nothing that you guys do where you're like, God, if someone heard me right now, they would.
A lot. Of course, everything I do is embarrassing. Everything at home.
Thanks for clarifying at home. We've never seen you embarrass yourself here. Never.
Everything at home.
Okay, cool. We have a couple questions.
Yeah.
Wait, can I say that I went to the shop today? I wanted to buy flowers.
Oh, yeah.
I knew we were doing a fan thing, so I was like, who to get flowers for? And I decided to get them for the fans. Yeah, maybe it's too big.
Wait, so what is the flowers occasion?
Because we were gonna do like a episode about the fans.
Oh.
I just wanted to get them for
that's
someone.
beautiful.
Put them on the little thing.
Do you guys like getting flowers?
I do now. Once I
Yeah.
healed myself, I started enjoying it.
Yeah, I really think it's cute if like we're walking anywhere and a guy like picks like random flowers and he makes a
that's
little bundle.
really
So
sweet.
as we're hiking, he'll pick random. At the end of the hike, he has a little thing and he's like, here.
Oh, that's cute.
I think you're just newly happy and in love.
No, I'm such a romance girl. I've always been that way. Just Bobby missed that memo. Bobby missed the memo completely. But I've always been like a super like soft romance girl like that. Well, these are for our slugs then, right?
These are for our slugs, and then they wanted to tell you there's a bunch of crazy stuff that they sent us today.
Okay, cool.
So we got some fan gossip questions, secrets submitted, which we love when we do these. So thank you guys for sending them in. Always do, please. My brother's girlfriend caught me and my boyfriend talking shit about her home decor on her pet cam. And now
beautiful.
she's refusing to come to my family's Christmas until I apologize.
Oh,
I have a take.
I have two takes.
I
Go
need to
ahead.
hear I need to know what was said. I'm just like, it really.
I have a strong take that I'm scared as people aren't going to like.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. If you're spying on people,
Yeah.
you deserve what you get.
Yeah.
You deserve what you get and suck it up. But on the other hand, sometimes just apologizing is such like a king archetype move. Like just apologize when you don't mean it, just to make things like easy and go downstream. But also, I just feel like if the sister-in-law was asking, I would be like, grow up. I'd be like,
Okay, I'm so sorry, but that person violated their privacy.
yeah.
You're spying, you're violating someone's privacy. Don't look for things that you don't want to see. Like, we are all allowed to, in the privacy of our own home or in the private conversation, say whatever we want. And we
Agreed.
might say bad things about our family, people we love. Human nature, okay? And that sucks that you spied and you caught that. No, that I'm sure that feels like shit for this person, but also like home decor is not the worst.
Also, it's for
I
you.
know.
It's like, who would you decorate your house for? Your in-laws? Like, who cares? It's for yourself.
You also
If you like how your house looks, why does it matter if someone doesn't
That's
like
a little
it?
psychopathic to
Also,
me.
I'd
where
love
it's
to
like,
know a
if I'm
follow-up.
gonna strong arm my partner because I'm offended that him and his sister do not like the linoleum floors or whatever it is. Like
immature.
I need help.
And honestly, it's not about this. If you're refusing to come to Christmas, it's not about this. It's a bigger drama. This person is a drama
agree.
queen.
And this person
toxic.
must have a problem with like feeling disrespected or something. And then people like that are afraid they're being disrespected all the time always find they're a magnet to examples of feeling disrespected and obviously looking for it. It's like for instance, if I want to go like look at my Reddit page or something, and then there's something like that's on me. Like I know that I'm going to read those comments or like I'm choosing that. Like I can't be mad that it exists.
Correct.
You know
Like
what I mean?
this morning, I woke up and I was like, I'll check one hidden message. Checked it, and the message said, "You f***ing ugly rat," and I was
And
like,
that was from your
close.
ex.
And I was like, "Oop, I deserve that. I deserve that stab this morning because I f***ing
you take
looked."
responsibility.
Yes. If you're looking to find something, guess what? You will.
But also, it sounds like it's going to be a way better Christmas without this bitch.
I know.
I was just gonna say that. She
And
sounds like a
also, when
bummer.
people do those, like that's her boundary for herself. That's not yours. So just ignore her. Okay.
Imagine what
Do you want
kind
to
of
miss Christmas? You miss Christmas.
Imagine that apology. Let's play it out. Okay, you're who I.
Okay.
You'd be
You're the
laughing.
girl, and I have to apologize. Esther, I just want to say I really want you to come over for Christmas, and I'm so sorry that I said something about your backsplash. Like, I just think it's a little dated, and I don't love the color you chose, and I'm really sorry. Will you please come to Christmas?
Thank you for apologizing because that was so rude when I was spying on you on my pet camera and I overheard your conversation that I was specifically looking to overhear because I know you hate me and I know you guys don't like me and I was looking for trouble and I'm using this as an excuse to not come to your family Christmas.
Also, they're pet sitting. They're already doing you a favor. They're already doing you a favor. It's like crazy. It's so annoying. And also, it's like, if you think they were talking shit on you then, imagine how much they're talking shit on you now. You're getting globally talked shit on, okay?
Look what you did, lady.
Hello, slugs from Australia. Spread this around. Tell everyone what a bitch this lady is.
If we were to talk to this woman with compassion, I think we would say, like, there's some work to do here for spying on.
/Trash Tuesday.
Don't spy on people. And, like, I don't know what else would we say.
I would say home decor is not something that it's so subjective.
Yeah.
Like it's like, and it's not, it doesn't fucking matter.
Dude, I just had this summer I had my office like redesigned. I like invested in it. Like it was a huge deal. My mom comes, she's like, this is what it is. You paid for this. Just fully rude, trashing it. And I'm like, I want to kill her. But then I was like, you know what? It's great that my mom doesn't like this.
You don't want your mom to like your shit?
Yeah, this is great.
She also might have just
it.
been thinking about you spending money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It might have had nothing to do with what it looks like.
But I think it's both. I think she genuinely doesn't like it. And I'm like, okay.
If my mom liked everything I did, I would not be here.
You would not be here.
I would have a very normal, very regular life.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, the next one. Okay, my best friend's wife is thinking of leaving for a gay man, but she doesn't know he's gay. Oh, my God. My best friend's wife
is thinking of leaving for a gay man, but she doesn't know he's gay. So she, okay.
Wait, so if my...
Let's suppose you want to leave Todd.
Is it that the doctor is a woman?
A guy, right?
Yeah, you want to leave Todd for someone else, but you don't know that someone else is gay.
But Esther and I know he's
gay. What
gay.
do we do?
But why is it, it's his best friend's wife. So why does he know that his best friend's?
Yeah, that's confusing.
That's weird. Are
because
you the
best
gay
friend
guy?
Probably, no, the best friend probably confided in him. Like, hey, my wife wants to leave me.
Oh, and knows who, but would he already know that part? I think it might be over when she says, I'm going to leave you for someone else. I think maybe that's
This would be like if we heard a rumor that Todd was leaving Annie for someone who is gay.
Yeah, it would be the same as Todd. So Todd decides to leave you for a chick. It's not real, okay? We're just like
I've processed it.
She's fine.
Okay. So, and then we hear he is leaving you for this girl, and Esther and I are like, isn't she gay? I don't think he knows she's gay. And I'm like, and Esther and I are like, no, I know for sure she's not even bi, she's fully gay, and she doesn't like men.
This sucks.
This is layered.
Yeah, okay.
I think you...
Okay, hold on. Let's move on to a different one.
I don't know who they're talking to though. So it's like, I need a frame of reference of like, so they're asking like,
The confusing part is that it's his best friend, but I think if what it is it's saying my wife is thinking of leaving for a gay man that I know is gay, but she doesn't.
Or
It's
what
just
about
too
my
complicated.
friend
Yeah,
is
just say my
thinking
friend.
of leaving
Right,
her
okay.
relationship for someone that's gay? What do you do?
Tell them they're gay. You go, that person's gay. I know they're gay. They're gay.
But also kind of
Yeah.
just like, again, let them choose their
But
own
also
adventure.
leave your, I would say, if you want to leave someone, leave them. If that's your choice to
Yeah.
leave but if you're leaving for another person and someone knows they're gay, I mean, that might be does that person not reciprocated yet?
Well, whether or not she knows he's gay is she wants to leave anyways.
Right.
So
And
it doesn't matter.
If the guy's gay, genuinely 100% gay, then he hasn't reciprocated with her yet. So she's leaving on a chance anyway. So let her leave on the chance.
Exactly.
It could be like one of those Gen Z gays where they like everybody.
I like information though. It's like, I would rather have, like, Todd never like allows secrets for me. Like, someone tried to throw me a surprise party and he told me immediately. It's like, I don't mind that. I don't mind if someone tells me like a fact they know about someone. When I'm about to enter into
if
something.
you're entering into it.
I'm not there yet. So it's like, yeah, before I go in, that'd be great.
I just found out my dad's wife was cheating on him their entire marriage. She died 3 years ago.
Ooh,
That's the juicy gossip.
You leave it.
Yeah, I think you leave it. Let him go with the joy of the
there's
memory.
no-
And by the way, she
upside.
pulled it off. What a G.
Yeah,
she
congratulations.
did it. That's how I always felt. Like, if people are cheating on me and I don't find out, God bless you.
Unless the
Shalom.
guy who she was
Shalom.
unless the guy who she was cheating with killed her, that would not
And
be
that's how she.
Oh, like a poison?
And then his dad is like spending the last years of his life trying to find out who killed his wife.
Ooh. And
now
then,
we're just writing a movie.
well, we could always exhume her body. Should we raise money?
Yes, guys, send it to our Cash App.
I
We'll get to it eventually.
think you leave this as it is and you just talk to your therapist about it and let your dad have peace.
I think so too. I think so. I don't think there's any point in like, imagine how horrible he would feel if he thought his
Yeah.
entire marriage was a lie.
I have just a follow-up question. What if she was like, he's really hung up on her and she was like an awful person and
No,
you still wouldn't?
she's gone. There's there's no outcome that needs to.
You bury it.
He could just live his whole
That's right,
life not feeling betrayed.
You bury it.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna do try a little segment called Show Me Your Tabs.
We could do like the most unhinged text you sent or got this week.
The most unhinged text I sent was to a friend, and it says, "I'm obsessed with Chris Christie's body."
What?
That's what it said.
I texted Tim Dillon. I said, Hollywood is so gay.
My last screenshot is I took a screenshot of my Skims order this morning and sent it to my friend Rumi, and I got the new boyfriend collection.
I'm a little disrespected. I always send you my screen grabs of Skims.
Do you?
I got the whole new.
Oh, I did see that. I
fleece,
thought I
yeah.
responded to that. Wait, is it cute?
It's pretty cute, yeah.
Say that.
This is actually pretty unhinged for me. I sent my agent a text that said, I liked our talk yesterday. I've never enjoyed a talk with him before, so this is big.
I
Let's
have one
see.
from my lovely ex that says, "I have a lump in my armpit. I think it's armpit cancer. Don't worry." And I said, "Oh, I have an appointment with Dr. K. Want to come with me?" He goes, "Is he an armpit doctor?" I said, "He's in everything, Dr. Ding Dong." He goes, "Okay."
I haven't seen him in so long. I love him.
I love him.
He's amazing.
Same doctor.
I have no unhinged texts because
You're pregnant?
yeah, it's
They're
like,
just about like
that part of my life is like expired.
I'm looking up requirements to become a boat captain.
Oh,
That's
what?
unhinged. That's unhinged.
A
Khalyla,
boat
let's-
captain?
Can we talk also about the Chris Christie thing?
Like, are you quitting? Like, just quit. A boat captain?
It's
You
just
can't
a
be-
license so that I can take you guys on a boat. Can I drive you around to Catalina?
Don't put this on us like you want to hang out with us. Don't do that. Don't
Come
play
on,
us.
jump in, guys.
You're leaving us. Also,
the Chris
Jan
Chris-
Sultan.
The Chris Christie thing is, I think my TV was on and I saw a shot of him walking from spot A to spot B, and I was like, oh my God, like that is such. He has a very unique shape to him, and like I don't know how his legs hold him up, but I really like his body.
he literally has a fupa. He has.
It is a cute
but I like
body.
it as a
It is
cute
actually
body.
a cute body. It's very Humpty Dumpty. It's very round. It's very cute.
but it's so cute.
no,
to
it's
me.
he's got a like
Oh my God,
badonk.
so cute.
He's got a front and back badonk. He's got booty. He's got 360 booty. I like that.
I meant it. I mean, I meant it when I said it. I wasn't even trying to troll. I was like, I really like it.
I sent my my friend, I Google imaged Jan Sultan, my Rolfer, and to show my friend, and he's so cute. Look at him.
Cute.
Isn't
What
he
is
the
rolfing
cutest
again?
man?
I always think of frolfing, which is just frisbee golfing.
That's so funny. It's
Wait,
the
does
frisbee
Dave
golfing of
does
massage.
Dave a frolf?
No, but we had that in high school.
It kind of is a frolfing of massage, where it's like they do like it's like a planned out like series of them. My guy and I do it a little bit differently, but it's like a restructuring. I always say it wrong. It's like a restructuring of like the fascia so that your bones are in the place that they were like originally supposed to be. He also just teaches me a lot. He's kind of like a teacher, and he like just teaches me different things about I was having a problem with like the upper inside of my arch, and he was like, that's the back of your knee. And it's changed my life. I just keep stretching the back of my knee.
That's
And,
awesome.
like,
I'm
working.
loving this wellness journey that you're having right now.
Bitch, I've been on it the whole time. I'm just on Ozempic, so I can explain it.
Did I tell you guys that I think I got jumped at at my last massage? So I looked up there's this new massage place that I wanted to go to, and I looked at reviews because I always look at which masseuse to try, and everyone was like, this guy is the best, and it's gonna seem at first like it's a terrible massage, but then the next day you'll realize that, oh, he healed me. So I was like, oh, I'm down for that experience. I'm telling you, like, I thought I was in a kumite. Like, I thought I was in a full-blown fucking like octagon. Like, he beat me the up, and I'm used to deep tissue. I'm used to everything. This guy was angry. He was angry that I was taking too long to take my necklaces off, and like I thought like he cracked my orbital
How
bone.
long were you taking?
I had a fucking bruise on the side of my face.
No, her face is her money.
I know.
Wait, I love this. I want to be beaten
but
in
then
a massage.
here's what this is why
I
it
have
comes back
someone
full
for you.
circle.
Is it you?
There was a part of me that wanted to make the appointment again this week with the same guy.
Is he old?
He is older, he is very strong, and he's
Is he
very
Asian?
abusive, and he is so mean, and he
Is it
me up, like,
acupressure?
it's
Does he have a
not.
missing
Is it
finger?
far
No,
away?
and he
I sent you my acupressure guy. He'll you up, bitch.
Really?
it's not even you up. I like being up in all the right ways. No, like he punched me up. Like he decked me a couple of times.
Like you reminded him of someone.
And then so I told my sister, I was like, that was like horrible. That was painful. And then a couple of days later, I was like, hey, can you book me a massage with Sam?
You
She was
did
like,
it
"Are you
and
fucking
went back with
crazy,
him?
Khalyla?"
Because you want to see if you're wrong.
I know. Yes. I
Yes.
want to know if I'm wrong
And
about
also,
this guy.
this is why your red moon got killed so many times. This is why you keep going back into it, bitch. No, I'm with you. Go check it out again and then see what's up. You just
Yeah.
survived. But I have the Kung Fu acupressure. His main claim to fame is that he saved Scott Baio from back surgery.
But did he save Scott Baio from Scott Baio?
He cannot, no one can do that.
No, I can do that.
Have
But
you guys-
he's really amazing.
Have you guys ever gone these places? I feel like have been popping up all over LA the last like 5 years. Have you ever gone to like a stretch place
Yeah.
where they'll stretch your
Yes.
body for
I've
you?
never, but I have
Yes.
seen them.
That's like I used to do that whenever I was like shooting a show. I would do that on the weekends, and I feel like that was really great.
Did you do it while also working out, or did you do it like in place of working out? Because I've done that before.
I don't know.
I've done
I don't
both.
remember. And is it still worth doing both times?
I think it's very satisfying and helpful when I'm sore from working out. But it's also because I have like a block on foam rolling. It's like basically like I don't want to do it myself. So
Foam rolling is hard. It's clunky.
it's just I'm on the floor. There's dog hair on me.
I
It's
want
like,
it to be easier. It's really
I want it done to me.
I like it.
And as you guys know, I broke my pinky toe on a foam
Oh,
roller.
you're an
Yeah.
arch
So
nemesis. The
it's
foam. I'm
really
so
great.
sorry. I should trigger warning.
I
should have said that
know.
before.
Wait,
Oh.
Esther, I saw on your IG story that you went to a scalp massage
I
place.
did.
Did you go to one in San Gabriel?
Yes, I drove to San Gabriel.
Yeah,
Valley.
I know that one.
Tell me.
Is it the one that the Kardashians?
It is.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until I got there and saw pictures of them. My hair looked so good.
Is that what
Which
it's for? What is it for?
I don't
anything
know
about
because I
scalp
didn't.
massage.
Okay, I did not
What
go.
was the reason?
I did not go for like good hair because I don't care about hair or whatever. Basically, I
She's
did.
cocky. She has good hair.
Yeah, she just has good hair.
I do have good hair. I'll give myself that credit. It's really
It's a little greasy, smells bad, but it's fine.
Yes, it's often dirty. But pregnancy has dried my hair out, which I think means I have a vitamin deficiency and it's not good.
But you just have regular hair now.
Yes,
You
and
just
I
know what it's like.
and I don't have to wash it. Like it goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this scalp place I've been seeing on TikTok, and finally I'm like, I'm going. I booked a 90-minute thing. I think it was like $130 plus tip, and basically like you get there, they do a zoom camera of your roots, which I could have done without. It's very scary in there. They're like, this is dry.
What's moving around in there?
It's
There's a slug.
like, trust me when I tell you, you do not want to see your scalp up close. It's horrifying. But then you lay down. They put you in like a bed that is a massager, which I actually didn't like that. I don't know if it's a pregnancy, whatever. So I didn't do that part. But then they wash your hair, scrub your scalp for like an hour. It was fine. Then they rinse your hair with this rinsing machine. They wash it really good. Like you get fucking squeaky clean. Then you come out and they like comb your hair with this like vibrating comb, and like they do all this
Do
stuff.
they then like sell the comb?
I
Or
don't
you have
think
to keep
so.
going
You
back?
can buy those combs though.
They're not there was no upselling though, which I appreciated. They were not trying to get me to buy anything else. And so just basically you go in 90 minutes, someone's like messing with your hair and it's great. I
Yeah.
think I recommend it. But I also think this version of me pregnant, I'd rather get a massage. You kind of have to go. Like I would totally all three go. Like I would go.
We need a masseuse with 3 hands.
One of the things that puts me to sleep is anyone like playing with my hair, or I love the sensation of like scalp scrubbing.
It's
My
the
mom loves to
best.
pick
Yeah.
scalps. Like my brother had like, this is like my mom's weird thing. My brother had like a little like crusty scalp when he was little and she loved picking it.
I
just
like
remember
that
picking
too.
mine.
I like that too. I wish that Dry Bar would just offer like a really good shampoo.
I got done dirty by Dry Bar once and I haven't
Dry
been
Bar
back.
sucks.
Dry
No,
Bar gave
Bar-
me like a Jerry curl. I was like, whoa. I said like the beach wave, bitch. Like
I've
I was like,
never-
I look like cultural appropriation. Like I'm culturally appropriating. With this spray tan, I have to be very careful what I do. Like this is already Puerto Rican for the weekend. Like I gotta be careful.
I have never had a good experience at Dry Bar, and I'm so mad about it because it's like
It's
in
such
theory,
a perfect thing. Yeah.
in theory, it should have taken the need for me to ever bathe again away,
Yes.
and it has not done that.
Though the bathing still doesn't happen.
No. Wait, have you done like a scalp spa thing?
I've never, but I know that I've seen that all over TikTok recently.
Did you know that existed
Is
before?
it for hair growth?
No, I only knew.
I don't know.
I'm on the pick me level. I'm still doing like, what are the strongest men doing? What are the richest, strongest men doing?
And I'll do anything I see like
Like
the
a
hot
young,
girls
hot
on
girl
TikTok
doing.
or Gen Z girlies.
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm gonna live to 110.
No, and I'm like, I'm gonna be beautiful and pretty.
I'm
just
gonna be
like
a little baby
them.
forever.
So I'm in San Gabriel a lot because Asian and best Asian food. Go get Vietnamese food. Best
Yes.
pho
Can
is in
I
SGV.
be? Will you just
Yeah. You want to go on a field
accept
trip?
me?
All of the best restaurants are in SGV.
And it's
like
not
hands
far.
down. It's not that far, but I always see the massage place and I'm always like, I saw it before it even blew up. So I'm like, like I wonder what that is. But like, it's like Korean skincare, like
Is it Korean?
I'm not sure it's
know.
Korean, but they're just ahead of the game,
Right.
right? With so many things. Like
That should be the name of it. If it's an Asian place, it would be
Ahead
called
of the
Ahead
Game.
of the Game.
Like if I ever go back to Japan, which I need to do, I want to research all the spots like that and go hard.
She wants to go back. This is huge.
Oh, I've
Esther.
been wanting to go to Japan. I want to go.
You changed. You became a different person.
I think when I went to Italy last summer,
It
I
changed
sort
it.
of saw, and then also again suffering of pregnancy. Of course, right when you're pregnant and you can't travel anymore, and then you're gonna have a kid like take over your life. That's when I want to see the world. Like, great. Thank
now
you so
memories
much.
of you getting.
Dave's gonna be pushing both
Yeah.
of you in strollers.
Oh, that is cute.
Have you guys gotten lymphatic like
Drain.
drain massages?
I think
Yeah.
a while ago, yes.
My friend, Bianca at the Comedy Store, who's like the hottest bitch alive.
Yes.
She gets them, and her body's like, I mean, it's like crazy. Like, I'm sure she already has a good body,
They're
but she's
so
like swears by it.
expensive.
She goes to like the Korean spas, I think, and gets them. She gets like, she's like, I am getting like, they beat her up though. It's like this guy,
Yeah.
Sam.
I'm fine with being beat up, but beat up correctly is
Yeah,
different
the kung
from
fu
being punched in the
acupressure
face.
rules
Yeah.
that guy.
I love this conversation. I think this is so perfect for like end of year, because that is a time where I'm like, I'm gonna, it's been a year. Let's invest, do a little
Yeah.
self-care, go to the scalp spa, get a lymphatic,
Yeah.
whatever. Wait, what my like we've probably talked about this here already, but like I think the most innovative spa treatment, the future of spa treatments, basically the biggest innovation in the last
Can I guess?
50 years. What? Yeah.
When they pull and stretch you to be taller. One person pulls your head and the other one pulls the legs?
You're triggering me because when I was little, my dad said you could go in a stretching machine if you want to be taller. And then I thought that was real and found out it wasn't.
It was just in China.
Oh.
They can also just break your legs, girl.
Yeah,
There's a
you
whole
can.
system. You're going to look very disproportionate.
It's just not FDA approved.
Okay.
That exists.
You're probably going to be like, no, that's not that big of a deal because you've known about it for a while. I think buccal face massage is most important. It's hard to find places that do it. It's very new. It's like very invasive. It's, if you don't know, it's like when they put gloves on, they fucking go in your mouth.
It's like for your jaw too. They like go in jaw, up the thing.
So a stranger's hand is now in your mouth. It's very violating, but I think that's like the future of spa treatment. I think that's the most important spa treatment to get.
And also they find like my girl that does it, she like finds like knots in my cheek. Like there's like knots inside your cheek.
I feel that.
And it's not
to
enjoyable.
Not to hype up the boy
like
I'm with, but one of the perks is that he gives the best facial massages.
With his penis.
He shoves his
from
penis
the
in your
inside
mouth
out.
and then
Like now I just plop, like if we're watching TV, I'll go in front of him and he already knows that he hits all the spots because he has bad TMJ, but he also just is like a healer type. He knows massages, he knows body, like anatomy.
I've never been the steal your boyfriend type until right now.
He is just a fucking best with the massages and I'm just there like every night he does this for me. And like when I'm not with him, I'm like, fuck, like I can feel my jaws like tensing up. That's all I care about now. It's like I will stay with him forever just for that.
Yeah, Todd gives me massages too.
It's the best.
Like when I had my cluster headaches, it's like I don't know what. It's just I can't even believe I had to go through them with the boyfriends I had before. He just like, I mean, he saved my life.
What does he do?
He just like massages like the pain area, and it's like it doesn't like it helps it a little. It doesn't get rid of them, but it's like it's just anything, you know. It's just that's why I love my Rolfer so much. When I had my cluster headaches, I would like go to him, and he has such like a deep sorrow that he couldn't like solve it for me. But it was like I always like tell him, it's like just the fact that you were like a witness to the pain and were able to like teach me at least like the connection between the different like pain points. It was like
why I have that too. If I need my suffering to be witnessed,
shared.
Well, I think it's something people don't like believe too. It's like a weird thing people don't understand.
Yeah.
Like when Dave was there, when I had my first vomit from the pregnancy, I was just like, that helped.
Yeah.
He saw that.
Yeah.
He saw how bad that was. That really helped.
Well, because sometimes it's almost like I don't want to be like exaggerating. I mean, obviously the cluster headaches are different, but it's like
it's hard to be like, this was so bad.
Yeah, and everyone's like, it's already over too. And people are like, what are you talking about?
You're fine now, right? So like, I think you're absolutely onto something there. Like it's like they're not able to understand the gravity of what you're going through until they're there in the room with you.
And that feels so, you feel so seen and validated. I'm like, why is that good? I don't know, but I like.
Which is why I've changed my mind. But back in the day, I used to think that if I were to ever vaginally give birth, that I wouldn't want my husband to see the baby
coming out.
But now I'm like, no. He has to see what my body has gone through. He absolutely has to see if I have whatever type of tears I have. He has to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree. And I've thought about this. Anyone that wants to watch my baby come out of me, however it's coming out.
Are you speaking to them now?
Go to momenthouse.com. No, I think that's too violating. Come on.
It's his baby.
It's my vagina ripping up.
But his penis put the sperm in you. It's his baby.
That's nothing.
Esther, I completely agree.
But also Dave, if you had a paper cut, he would faint. So I'm fine. He's not going to do it.
Okay, yeah.
But would you let someone watch that?
Of course.
You would?
Yeah.
It depends what kind of guy I'm with. If it was like a Bobby, not a chance in hell. He would be like, or a vagina for like the next 10 episodes. He'd be like, oh, you should have seen the way her fuck, you know. But if it was somebody has to be a certain type who can like look at it and be like, wow, this is actually incredible. Like it's a type of guy that is okay with that stuff, I think. It depends. It's a case-by-case thing.
Listen, if the baby you put in me that's our baby comes out and you're grossed out by it, like we have way bigger problems.
But I'm not thinking that they'd be grossed out. I'm grossed out.
What she was saying.
I was. Because back in the day, I used to think like, I just was like, oh, I don't want So I heard a story that when Elvis Presley saw Priscilla give birth, he never wanted to have sex with her again.
He's a Madonna whore guy. That's
Yeah.
a Madonna whore
Yeah,
guy.
so like that somehow stuck into my young fucking 20-something head, and I was like, oh, you're never gonna see my vagina other than it's like pristine condition. And I'm like, actually, no, you should. You probably
Guys,
fucking
there
should.
are lasers. It's fine.
Yeah, it snaps back just
Everything
fine.
can
Yeah.
be-
No, everyone I've talked to is like, don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm not concerned
I'm so
about
glad that's what you said. I was like afraid you were going to say the opposite. Nothing
no,
works.
people are like, it's not
fine.
what
Yeah.
you think. And the baby's head shrinks on its way out and your body does what it needs to do. I'm not concerned about the vanity of it at all, but the terror and trauma of it is I'm very scared about.
Yeah.
But I don't have to think about that for a really long time.
But I think your body does a really good job, or your brain does a good job of protecting yourself, because this is why like women have 2-3 kids. Because my friends who have more kids are like, you kind of just forget. You have this amnesia happen, and you don't remember the pain of labor until you have a second kid, and then you have a third one. So I'm like, that's a weird thing that your
You don't have to
brain
worry
just.
about that. Imagine 3. What if you change and you become like, you
Who
have like 7
knows?
kids?
Yeah, I wouldn't
don't
rule that
know.
out.
No, I know. But
Yeah.
it's crazy. You're from a family of 3. That's crazy.
My mom was real pissed about it. She really
Then
didn't want twins.
that's even crazier.
Honestly, all of my core wounds are because my mom was pissed there was 2.
I feel for her.
Yeah.
She got 2 when she wanted 1, and when you already had 1, you're not going to just assume.
And
2
her
are
mom
coming.
died when she was pregnant with us. She was probably so pissed. She was like, the fucking timing of that.
I'm also like, I know twins are like a magical, beautiful thing for sure, but I also
Thank you. I've been waiting for you to say it.
But I
let's end
also-
on that
Yeah.
note, just vaginal tearing.
No.
Yes, the terror of tearing. And would you guys comment below, like, subscribe, comment, click the bell. Let us know if you are a boy slug, if you want to watch that tear, and ladies, if you want to spread that vajasshole and show everyone.
I also would love to know if people have like real insightful thoughts, just even in the comments, like, because we've talked about some big things this episode, like, you know, me wanting to intervene in relationships that I don't approve of, and like you going back to a person who hurt you, and what's that, like, if you guys have thoughtful feelings about that, share, because
And if you have like shared love for Chris Christie's body, please like write me.
And if you have any comments on my semaglutide use, you can keep those to yourself. I'm vibrating too high to see you.
By the way, I just want to say something about that. Thank you for actually saying it out loud. I am so sick and tired.
I
of
know.
people
I will be
being
completely
fucking
honest with you guys. And I
way
also
thin.
want to be very clear. I have no interest in being very thin. So if the minute that starts happening, it's gone. And I don't believe in this shortage. I'm so sorry. You can come up with any statistics you want.
I
It was
never believed in it.
a
either.
very simple thing
No,
for me to
there's not
do.
a-
And maybe don't get the name brand with the clicker thing and just get the thing from the...
Yeah, you could just get straight
Yeah,
to Zepatide, I
and
think.
so I don't care what you think, but if I can inspire some people to see that maybe there's some other benefits to it, but I'll be honest
Yeah.
with whatever happens in the
And
future. it might
most
be bad.
importantly, happy freaking New Year, you guys. We will not be seeing you until next week, which is literally next year. Have extremely safe New Year's Eves, okay? Stay home with mom and dad. Pop open a book. Have an Esther.
Pop open a book.
Have an
I won't allow you to say that next to me. Do not pop open a... By the way, my friend wrote a book about running and he gave it to me. I was like, oh, cool. 2 things I don't do. Running and reading. Thanks, dude. Throw this in the trash.
But you guys, please have safe New Year's Eves. Take Ubers. Don't get too drunk. You know what to do.
Get up,
Don't.
but live. Get
Have-
up.
Have fun safely. We love you, and we want to see you next week with a brand new episode in 2024.
We love you guys. Enjoy your flowers.
That was really wholesome.